Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going back into the Harbor Freight website and checking out some of the new tools that they've released since the last time we did this video. Not a whole lot compared to what we normally go through, but we're still going to go over the new items. I think because of the Black Friday deal, that's why they didn't have as many new item releases in the last couple of weeks. A couple of Fortress air compressors. So here is the Fortress 30-gallon truck bed compressor, and they do have one other truck bed compressor that I know of. It is the Central Pneumatic 30-gallon 420cc truck bed air compressor. So same size, same 420cc engine that's on it. This one is 30 gallons, 18 CFM at 90 psi, which is pretty decent. Not a lot of the times your 1 gallon to 4 gallon air compressors are around the 2 to 3 CFM, and then you get into your 6 to like 20 gallon, you usually see anywhere from like 5 to 12 CFM. And when you get into these larger units, these are going to be items that are normally running a lot, maybe doing painting or something along those lines. You're looking at least 12 CFM, and this one has 18, which is quite impressive. And this one's been around for quite a while. It has 4.6 stars at 282 reviews, but it is $2,000. But once again, this is a truck bed air compressor. This runs on gas. This isn't your standard air compressor that you use in the shop. I guess you could if you wanted to, but a lot of this is used for mobile work. This unit, once again, is also a 30-gallon 420cc engine here, and once again, this is also designed to be a truck bed compressor. This one's got a little bit more shielding around the upper components, the engine and all of that. Kind of like a roll cage for it. You do have an opening lid, which is nice, so you can kind of access the top, fill it with gas, all of that good stuff. And it's at the same price as what we saw this Central Pneumatic one. And Fortress is supposed to be like their top of the line air compressor. They have a few different brands that they run now. It's changed a lot over the last few years, but they definitely got some really good units. It is a gas engine with the electric start. There you can see it mounted in the bed of a truck. So this one has 24 CFM, so quite impressive at 90 psi. Definitely get plenty of air movement. V-style pump cylinder design, full roll cage and covers and protects the vital components. Fully enclosed belt guard, oil sight glass, and a drain plug with the extension for easy oil maintenance. So 506 pounds. Maximum pressure is 175 psi. I think the Central Pneumatic one is 180 psi. So basically the same thing there. This one's just got a little bit more CFM to it. At 90 psi, it's got the 25 CFM at 40 psi. They're probably, since the Central Pneumatic one's on clearance, I don't know if they're going to be phasing that one out or what, because it doesn't make too much sense to have two different of the basically the same thing, a slightly better performing one, especially when they're both at the same price. So I'm sure we'll probably see that one phasing out and this one phasing in. But overall, I think if you're one that does a lot of mobile work with the air compressor, I think this is a pretty good deal, because some of these can get quite expensive. Not saying that this is cheap, but compared to some of the others, I've had good experiences with the Fortress stuff, and I think for what it is, it's priced pretty well. Not something that I personally would use, but I do like the new 6-gallon ultra quiet air compressor at $229. They do have quite a bit of the smaller compact air compressors, both in the pancake style and the hot dog style, whatever you want to call it. And the ultra quiet is a fantastic unit. I've owned a few air compressors over the years, and this thing blows my mind. I just have a little 2-gallon just for minimal stuff, airing up tires, using a nailer, using a blowgun, very small things like that. And the 2-gallon, now granted, it's an oil-free, so it's probably not going to have a lifetime that a oil air compressor would have. It is mind-blowing. With the amount I use the unit for, it's going to last me a very, very long time, and just how quiet it is blows my mind. Like, I can have a conversation without yelling at all. Like, it is extremely quiet. It shocked me. But this, I could stand on one end of the garage, you could stand on the other, and we could just talk like you would normally, and it wouldn't be louder than us. So it's pretty impressive what they've done with these. This basically looks like an identical setup to what is on mine, except for the fact that you're getting the 6-gallon pancake tank underneath. It's not too much more than what I paid. I could have probably went with this one and been really happy, but I do like the low profile of the one that I picked up. 66 decibels. Operation is up to 80% quieter, which I would agree with. 6-gallon aluminum tank, lightweight and rust free. Easy access drain valve. Large, easy to read 2-inch gauges. 2 brass high flow universal couplers. Durable rubber feet. Oil free, just like the other ones. Couple hardy 5mm nitrile gloves. Extra large and large. I don't know if that's just a size addition added to the lineup or what. Then they've released the Hercules impacts. This is going to be the 3/8 and the 1/2 inch. This is going to have 4 different mode selections for the 1/2 inch and 3 speeds for the 3/8. These are going to be tools only, no battery. They may, eventually work into the kits that Harbor Freight has finally started doing, where you actually get a battery and a charger included. But for $75, it's not bad. But once again, you go into Harbor Freight, you see these tools, they're priced really well. You pick it up. If you don't already run the Hercules or Bauer lineup, then you're picking up a battery and you're picking up a charger. And by that time, you're already in it, $150. You could have went to Home Depot or Lowe's. You could have picked up a name brand one, DeWalt, Milwaukee, Makita, whatever you prefer for that price, or possibly sometimes even less. Now, impacts, they can get pretty expensive, so this should be priced pretty well compared to some other brand impacts, which Hercules and Bauer's have done some really good stuff with their cordless tools. But I think these tool-only buys are really going to be better for those that are already running the Hercules line or already running the Bauer line. I don't think it's worth just going out, picking up this to then buy another battery and charger and be in it, $150 or so. And then you have multiple different chargers around your shop or garage and multiple different batteries. And so I think these are good tools. This 3/8 one has 475 foot-pounds of breakaway torque and 275 foot-pounds of fastening torque. So it's decent, not extremely high power, but once again, it is $75 as well. 3-speed selector, precise fastening. Auto mode prevents over tightening in the forward and controlled bolt removal in reverse. Variable speed trigger. All metal gear construction. Bright LED for working. Lightweight compact housing. And then looking at the 1/2 inch, a little bit more power, but once again, not like they're high torque. Like here you got the ultra torque, double the price, over double the price, but you're getting 1,500 foot-pounds of breakaway and 1,000 foot-pounds of fastening. Where this unit, it's going to be your more compact one. It's going to have 500 foot-pounds of breakaway torque, powerful 3-speed brushless motor with auto mode. So kind of just like the other, auto mode prevents over tightening in the forward and controlled bolt removal in reverse. Variable speed trigger, all metal, same build, all of that, just 1/2 inch. Lightweight at 2.8 pounds. Max RPM is 2,000. Impacts per minute is 2,800, 325 foot-pounds of fastening torque. $80, I think it's a good price, but once again, always make sure to do your research before buying the tools at Harbor Freight. Not because of quality necessarily, but more because you got to look at the bigger picture. Do you already have the batteries and chargers, or is that something additional that you're going to have to buy, and is it worth getting that over maybe a possible brand that you already have? Then they have the Gordon Emergency Survival Kit. This is kind of like an EDC survival kit. These are going to be items, obviously not extremely high quality. It is $25, as you can see there. But if you keep this on you, if you go camping or any kind of hiking or anything like that, yes, you can obviously put together your own kit. It's going to be a little bit more money, or you can get a little bit better quality kits than this. But having something like this can be extremely helpful if you do like to go on adventures and stuff or anything like that. Or, you're passing through Death Valley and your car breaks down and you have no cell phone service. Well, if you don't have water, you're in trouble. For the rest of this could be handy in a lot of different survival situations. Just keep in mind, once again, it's cheaper stuff, and there is some duplicates here as well. So over here you got your striker that's going to help you for starting fires. It's also got a bottle opener over there, because when you're stranded out there and you're trying to survive, you may have a beer. I don't know. Then you got your kind of like universal tool card. Usually has, screwdriver, and you got a little miniature saw, you got a little wrench here, just another type of can/bottle opener, so redundancy across this because you got a couple different bottle openers. Just like the knife, it has a glass breaker on the end of it, and then this survival pen over here, which is usually a pen. Then you usually got a screwdriver inside of it, a precision screwdriver of some sort, and then once again another glass breaker on the end of there. You got a flashlight. You have your utensil, which is like a knife. If you take this off, it's got a whistle, which is redundant because your bracelet over here also has a whistle, a compass, and a striker. Normally these have a striker in it, so you got 2 fire starters, possibly some paracord or 550 cord. Even though this stuff isn't high quality, in actual survival situations, it doesn't matter how crappy or good the item is, as long as it can help you. Obviously, a better quality one would be much more helpful, but you're not going to be complaining when something cheap can still save your life. Just like this little wire saw here. If you're going out camping and you forget your saw or your axe or whatnot, yeah, you're going to be pretty ticked off when you try and use this and you're like, this is the biggest hunk of junk in the world. Yeah, that would be the case. But if you were actually stranded out there trying to survive for your life, and this takes you 30 minutes to cut through a limb, you're still going to be grateful that you were able to kind of put together a shelter or start a fire without a bunch of little twigs. So granted, once again, not the highest quality stuff, but in actual survival situations, some of these items can be very helpful. You got some fishing line, a lure, a hook. I think this over here is for building a makeshift fishing rod. I'm not sure exactly what this part is over here. It's a telescoping rod. You got this clip here. This is going to just be a water bottle holder that you can attach to your belt. But even going down to the product overview and going through, it just states stainless steel folding survival knife with a locking blade and strap cutter. You got a 7-in-1 multi-use fork with a built-in whistle. You got the rugged LED flashlight with a adjustable focus, a wire saw and saber card, emergency blanket, survival bracelet with a water bottle clip, fishing tools including the line, lure, and hook, fire starter and pocket bellow for starting fires in difficult conditions, tactical pen with a glass breaker, water resistant storage case. And I know I didn't go through all the pictures. Like, here's the 7-in-1 fork here. You can see it's got that knife, and that whistle portion covers it up. So obviously when you're eating your food, you don't stab yourself in the palm. So for $25, yeah, it's some cheap stuff. Could it save your life? Absolutely, depending on the situation you may find yourself in. Really, that's it as far as what they've added over the last 2 or 3 weeks, so not a whole lot. We went over a little bit more details and my thoughts on these items since there weren't a whole lot, but I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, please make sure to smash that thumbs up, leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on some of these items, and as always, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.